Welcome everybody, Spinning Rack in the house. I'm here with Superstar, and I'm here with Cal, and we're talking about Cloak and Dagger. It's been a very interesting one so far, and I have my opinions of it, but I want to definitely give the guys their chance to discuss it. The basic setup is Cloak and Dagger from the comic books. You have Cloak. Basically, his name is Tyrone, and he's basically suffering from problems with his brother. His brother died, and
Survivor's guilt.
Survivor's guilt, and the same thing goes for Light. They're connected because her father died also, and so their powers kind of work off each other, and they basically discover their powers at the same time together. So she's not an orphan, but she's basically living on her own. You know, she's had a rough time since her father's passed away, while his family is actually, I guess, doing well. His mother's doing well, and he's in private school. And so it's basically these two kids who get together, and they're trying to resolve his brother's murder and her father's murder and how they go about it. I have some serious issues with the main character, one of the main characters, but I think that the other one's doing well. But guys, tell me what you think about it so far. Superstar, hit it, baby.
The first, 5, 6 episodes were, they were slow, but, Tanny and Ty.
Like molasses.
Yes.
Moving. That's how.
Tanny and Ty, they came together. It's like they hate being together. Like let's get the job done so I can leave and do my own thing. They got together. Ty's learning how to use his powers better. And it's starting to become solid. Like they could add a little more dynamic to it. They could add some more story. They could show Tyrone and the origin from the cloak.
Right.
But I'm glad that they started using their powers and picking up.
Definitely, 100 with that.
Cal.
What do you think, Cal?
In the comics, Cloak and Dagger are inseparable.
Mm-hmm.
On this show, literally, it's like they want to have nothing to do with each other. And it took us 7 episodes before we finally got a show where they were actually doing something together. And even when they were doing that, they were still doing their own thing. Episode 7, they go into that dream state that Ivan Hess is stuck in. And I'm thinking, okay, the two of them are going to have to work together to get out of the whole thing. It turns out, no, they just need to get Hess to do it. And what happens? Cloak says, okay, I'm going to leave. And she says, okay, I'm going to stay. And he leaves. I was shocked at that.
No, he thought that she said they were going to leave, but she lied. She didn't go. That's what threw it off. That's when he came out of the state.
Okay.
He's like, yo, you didn't come out too.
I'll be more specific then. Okay, she had no intention of leaving.
Right.
Okay, so the dynamic, it's Cloak and Dagger. This should be not Cloak and Dagger. They should have Cloak/Dagger. They don't. It's like I've never seen such a thing. These are two heroes where it's like Batman and Robin. It would never fly at the end of the day. I have never seen such a reluctance to put the two heroes together. And then they're not doing anything heroic at the end of the day. The power use is sporadic. There's no outfits. And I'm like, is this going to be a whole season just getting these two together where they can finally work together? So I'm a little bit, if there's a big criticism I have, it's that. Because you chose two characters who were supposed to be working in tandem with each other and have decided to give them two separate worlds to exist in with some overlap here and there. You can literally go through an episode, and if not for some contrivance, they would never see each other. They would never talk to each other. They don't go to the same school. They don't live in the same neighborhood. They have nothing in common, and it seems to be on purpose by the whole thing of the show. I'm just flabbergasted by it. Really flummoxed.
Well, the show has already been put on for season 2. It's already been picked up for another season.
Yeah.
Now, look, I got to say, I can definitely say Freeform, the station that it's on, is definitely geared more towards young ladies. But I do have some problems with that. I agree with you with many of your criticisms. But one of the problems I tend to be, and I think they've changed a little as time has gone on, has been Tyrone. He's been speaking so low and so it's like a deadpan. It's like they're trying to show that he's still suffering from his brother's death, but it's like, oh, how's it going? It's like there's no emotion in the way he talks or whatever. I'm not saying the character is. The acting may be perfectly fine, but the way he's being portrayed, I don't think that's the way to go. The girl who's playing who's playing Dagger, I think she's doing pretty well. I think she's dynamic. She's doing a lot of things that I would expect Dagger to do. And what I'm seeing, and what I think they're doing basically, is they're just trying to develop the backstory between the two, whereby They learn to depend on each other. As we know in the comic books, the more Cloak starts using this power, the more he needs to feed, and we haven't gotten to that portion yet. But it's been hinted at by some of the other characters. There's one voodoo mistress, I think she is, Cloak's girlfriend's aunt, and she's like saying that this dude has something that's dark and different, and we don't know where it's going to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, like Cloak and Dagger are the dynamic that, like, that saves everybody from this end.
Right. And so we see that that's coming up. But I think that one thing that's going to happen is that when they did Cloak and Dagger was done basically when the was drugs basically. It was a comic book basically geared towards stopping drug dealers, and they're going after the guy who gave them the drug, that gave them the powers.
Yeah,
and
all drugs.
All
Don't
drugs,
go as far as Hong Kong.
And
to
so you
stop
have
drug
that.
dealers.
But here you have it's like slightly turned. You don't have that same like.
No,
issue.
the drug dealer is Roxanne, and they're both looking after specific people.
Okay.
They're looking after specific people at the end of the day. So as
They have to connect somehow at the very end between Roxanne and the cop who killed.
they did that in episode 8, so pretty much the storyline is wrapped up. But then they do the normal thing, like, oh, you thought it was over,
And then there's something more.
but wait, there's more.
Exactly.
We got 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
2 more episodes to go.
But Cloak went after, he went after the guy he was going after,
and she went after who she was going
And it
after.
seems that both of them were successful in episode 8, but they said, wait, there's more.
There's more.
I don't know.
Look,
I just don't understand. I don't understand the rationale behind this of keeping them separate. I just don't understand it.
Well, in the comic book, the reason they're together all the time is because she has to feed him. If she doesn't feed him her light, what's going to happen?
It's the same thing. It's mutual because she produces so much energy. She has to let it off. She has to get rid of this extra energy. She can release the extra energy by feeding him, and he can absorb it without any problem. So it's a mutual thing. If she goes on her own, eventually she has to release that energy, and it can be destructive.
But when she was with the X-Men, she didn't have him with her. Remember?
Yeah.
So, but how was she releasing the energy? I don't recall her releasing the energy any other way. I thought she was.
In that storyline, they may just not have followed up with it. But originally, that was the dynamic that
Okay.
they needed each other. It's the same thing. You have instances where Cloak went without her, and it's like, hey, I got the hunger and everything.
Right.
But where it should be Dagger's light that actually satiates him, he's able to do something else. Or they say,
Well,
I
he
can
could-
control it better now.
Well, he can kill some. I mean, he'll take human life if he has to.
Well, supposedly later on he gets much better with controlling the hunger, but that initially that was supposed to be the dynamic and the balance between the two of them, and it kept them together.
And the connection, So yeah, I'm saying if you're interested, if you have time to watch it, watch it. It's not bad. It's not a bad program. It's very slow, like Superstar said at the very beginning.
If you like a slow burn, this is your
Slow
show.
burn. But it does pick up on the latter half, doesn't it? I've started since episode 7, 6, 7. It's been picking up.
If you like your pasta al dente, this is not a show for you. That's all I can say.
I like my pasta.
Honestly, in this series, the real hero was Detective O'Reilly's boyfriend. He made those pancakes. She was eating the pancakes, and these are the girlfriend pancakes, and she was like, "Wait, why do you make them for me?" He's like, "Well, you're eating them, right?"
That was good. It's like you ate the pancakes, now you're my girlfriend.
I like the Detective O'Reilly.
But I don't want to
But-
be your girlfriend. Throw those pancakes.
But
up.
one thing that kind of threw me off is that they had all this time to develop all the other characters, and I feel still to this day I'm not getting as much characterization with those guys.
Well, actually, Detective O'Reilly, I remember because what they tried to do was there's this infamous scene in a Green Lantern comic where his girlfriend is like killed and she's shoved in a refrigerator and he finds her. So they did the same sequence here, except this time it was the boyfriend in the
Right.
refrigerator. To which I have to say, if you really hated the fact that the girlfriend was put in the refrigerator, why would you kill this guy and put him in the refrigerator? It's so hypocritical at the end of the day. But hey, now you've got exactly what you wanted, right? Now, okay, we got that parody that you were looking for. It's so stupid. If for a comic book reader, it's so obvious what they did. That was just dumb. Anyway,
So what about the lead characters? What do you think about them in the show?
I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.
What about you?
I think they're cool. I like Tyrone a little more.
He needs to
Good.
just speak up, man. Stop the mumbling.
Well, at the start you said you disliked one of the lead actors.
That was
Yeah, Tyrone.
Because he's always mumbling like, oh, okay, all right, no problem.
Well,
Talk, bro.
He's mumbling or like in between like crying and
It
whining.
seems like, yeah, it could be crying and whining too.
We gotta get that cop.
Yeah.
We have to.
So, look, dude, I'm not knocking the actor, just knocking the role. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming the writer and the director. just speak, man. You know what I'm trying to say? And you're doing a much better job in the latter half of the season than the very beginning. You know, probably didn't understand how your character rolls, but it's cool.
It's not like on set, like there are these videos where like Aubrey Joseph and Olivia Holt, they'll be like doing these fun things together, and he'll be talking to the camera, and it'll be low as well. He say, "Oh, today we're gonna be like drawing some stuff." Like I can't hear him.
I know. So well, look, I say watch it, Superstar. You okay? Watch it. Cal is watch it. You know, you only got 2 episodes left, anyways.
I'm pretty sure like last 2 episodes, like it's gonna be something super like oh, she's gonna see her dad and Billy's gonna see his brother again. They're gonna do something drastically stupid,
Well, I think that's
and it's gonna trail on season 2, like come back next summer.
Well, like I said, they've already renewed it. So
Whatever they do,
whatever
they
they
will
do.
not be doing it together.
Hopefully they will be. Well, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, watch it. Spinner Rack out.